The harsh truth: men don't fail because they're not smart or strong. They fail because they are emotionally weak. One moment of anger destroys years of work. One moment of fear kills opportunity. And love, when uncontrolled, turns a man into a beggar who trades dignity for attachment. The Stoics warned us, it's not events that ruin us, but our reactions. Emotional weakness is the silent killer of men. In this video, you'll see the harsh truth and the Stoic path to conquering emotional weakness before it conquers you. Most men don't even realize they are prisoners. They believe they are free, making choices, chasing dreams, living life. But in truth, many are chained by their emotions. Anger dictates how they respond. Fear determines what they avoid. Desire whispers in their ear, pushing them to compromise their values. These are invisible chains, but they are stronger than iron. Picture the man who loses his temper at work. One outburst can destroy years of effort. Or the man who fears rejection. He never takes the chance that could change his life. Then there is the man who loves too blindly, giving up his respect and identity for someone who never valued him in the first place. Each one believes he's acting from choice, but in reality, he's reacting from weakness. The Stoics saw emotions as natural but dangerous when unchecked. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Strength is not the absence of feeling, it's the discipline to rule over it. Emotional weakness keeps men enslaved. Emotional mastery sets them free. And that freedom is exactly what we will uncover next. Love is not the enemy. The weakness born from uncontrolled love is. Many men confuse devotion with desperation. They think sacrificing everything for a woman proves strength, but in reality, it exposes their deepest fragility. Consider the man who gives up his ambitions, his friends, even his self-respect, just to keep someone from leaving. He is no longer a partner in love. He becomes a servant of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of rejection, fear of losing what he thinks he cannot live without. This is not love. This is dependency disguised as affection. The Stoics understood this trap. Epictetus taught that we should love deeply but lightly without clinging, because the moment you attach your worth to another person, you hand them the power to destroy you. And when that love fades, or worse, is betrayed, you collapse because your foundation was never your own strength, but someone else's approval. True Stoic love is disciplined. It cherishes without clinging, it gives without begging, and it endures without losing self-respect. The harsh truth is that many men are not destroyed by women. They are destroyed by their own inability to love without weakness. Next, we'll confront another silent killer, anger, the emotion that burns faster than love and leaves even deeper scars. Anger is the emotion men justify most and regret most. For a brief moment, it feels powerful. It makes a man feel alive, in control, unstoppable. But in reality, anger controls him. Like fire, it consumes faster than it builds. One careless word, one violent reaction, and a lifetime of trust or opportunity can be burned to ashes. History is filled with men destroyed not by their enemies, but by their own temper. The warrior who attacked too soon, the leader who insulted an ally, the husband who spoke in rage and shattered his family. The cost of anger is always greater than the pleasure it gives. The Stoics warn that anger is madness. Seneca wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." To pause, to breathe, to let the flame die before it spreads. That is strength. It is not weakness to control anger, it is mastery. Every man will feel anger, but the weak man reacts. The strong man restrains. And the Stoic man transforms anger into discipline, turning destructive fire into controlled energy. Because in the end, anger unchecked is not power, it is self-destruction. Next, we'll uncover a quieter but equally dangerous emotion, fear, the silent thief of a man's courage and destiny. Fear rarely announces itself with fire and noise. It whispers, it hides, it convinces a man that safety is wisdom, when in truth, it is slavery. Fear doesn't always stop a man with force. It slowly drains his courage until he no longer dares to act. How many dreams die because a man was too afraid to try? He doesn't ask for the promotion. He doesn't speak to the woman he admires. He doesn't start the business he imagined. Instead, he builds excuses and calls them reasons. Fear steals not only opportunities, it steals time, the one resource we can never replace. The Stoics faced fear head-on. Epictetus said, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." Most fears are not reality. They are shadows in the mind. The Stoic man sees fear for what it is, an illusion that loses power the moment you step through it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite it. And every act of courage strengthens the soul, while every surrender to fear makes it weaker. If fear is the thief of opportunity, then desire, unchecked, is the trap that keeps men chained. And that's where we turn next. Desire feels sweet, but it is the most deceptive chain of all. Unlike anger or fear, it doesn't burn or paralyze. It seduces. It convinces a man that happiness lies just one possession, one achievement, one pleasure away. And so he chases endlessly, never satisfied, always craving more. The man enslaved by desire is easy to control. Offer him comfort and he will surrender his discipline. Offer him pleasure and he will abandon his principles. The world doesn't have to break him, his own cravings do the job. The Stoics warned about this trap. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor." True wealth, the Stoics believed, comes not from gaining more, but from needing less. When desire rules you, every victory feels empty. But when you master desire, even the simplest life feels rich. This doesn't mean denying all joy. It means refusing to be ruled by it. The Stoic man enjoys without attachment, uses without addiction, and pursues without losing himself. Because the harsh truth is this: the man who cannot govern desire will never govern his life. Next, we'll see how the Stoics transform all these battles, love, anger, fear, desire, into one thing: inner strength through discipline. Every weakness, love turned to dependence, anger turned to rage, fear turned to hesitation, desire turned to addiction, has only one cure: discipline. Without discipline, emotions control the man. With discipline, the man controls his emotions. Discipline is not glamorous. It doesn't come with applause or admiration. It shows up in quiet decisions, waking up early when comfort tempts you, holding your tongue when anger burns, walking away when love becomes toxic, acting with courage when fear whispers, "Stay still." These small acts build an iron will. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Discipline is the daily practice of that truth. It's not about perfection, it's about mastery through repetition. Think of a soldier. He doesn't wait until battle to train his strength. He prepares every day so that when chaos comes, his actions are automatic. The Stoic man treats life the same way. He trains discipline before crisis, so that when emotions attack, he stands unshaken. The harsh truth is that without discipline, freedom is impossible. But with it, even the strongest emotions bow to your command. Now, let's uncover the final step: the Stoic path to true freedom, conquering yourself. The greatest battle a man will ever face is not against the world, but against himself. The harsh truth is that most men lose, not because life is unfair, but because they never learned to master their own minds. A man who conquers himself is unshakable. When love tempts him to beg, he remembers his worth. When anger surges, he chooses silence over destruction. When fear whispers, he takes action anyway. When desire calls, he enjoys, but does not obey. This is true freedom, not the absence of emotion, but the mastery of it. The Stoics called this living in harmony with reason. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet reminded himself daily that ruling himself was the greater task. Epictetus, born a slave, taught that no one could chain his mind without his consent. Their lives prove that conquering yourself is possible for every man, no matter his status or circumstances. The world will always test you. Women, money, success, failure. These are not enemies, but mirrors. They reveal whether you are a slave to your emotions or the master of them. And so the Stoic path is clear. Win the battle within, and no force outside can ever defeat you. Next, we'll bring it all together in the final lesson, the outro that seals this truth into your life. The harsh truth is simple. A man who cannot master his emotions will always be mastered by them. Love, anger, fear, desire. These forces are not your enemies, but your teachers. They test whether you are a slave or a stoic. Remember, strength is not found in controlling the world, but in conquering yourself. That is where true freedom begins. So I'll leave you with this challenge. Every time emotion rises, pause and ask, am I choosing or am I reacting? That one question can change the course of your life. If this message spoke to you, don't just watch, live it. And if you want more Stoic truths to guide your path, subscribe, like, and share this video, because together we are building men who cannot be broken.